You are now listening to The Mayor's Office, where your hosts Adriel and the Mayor talk about sports, music, life, and everything in between. Let's get started.
It's heating up, man.
What's heating up?
Music game. It's time.
Yeah.
I feel like the people saying, "Oh, people not dropping." That's over with. This Friday, yesterday, whenever people see this,
Yeah.
y'all know what I'm talking about. Benny, Lil Durk, Rex, everybody.
Yeah. Even like the last couple weeks, you had like Conway drop, Lucky Days. I think he dropped today or yesterday. Like a lot of people are starting to drop their music, bro. I'm happy. I ain't complaining.
Yo, yeah, I think it's interesting because it puts a lot of men into perspective. Do you remember last year when Ak was saying like, if you don't sell 100K, you're not a big dog? After Meek didn't sell 100K.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm happy everyone's coming outside so this can happen and everyone can see like where they stand, you know? Because the internet will elevate some and lower others.
Yeah, you need the data.
You know?
Need the data for sure.
And now that everyone's coming out, you're going to be like, because Did Dirk say he's a bigger star than Drake or he's as good as Drake? Like, what was he actually trying to say?
I don't remember the exact quote. It's on Drink Champs, I think. No, $1 million worth of game. It was on $1 million.
Feels like he's bigger than.
He said he feels like he's bigger than Drake. But in the same interview, he said after the Drake feature, his features went from like 60K to 100K or some shit like that. I think to be an artist in this game, you need to have a rational confidence. To be some of the best in the world, to be like publicly known everywhere you go, people think you're the shit. Like if you're a top level athlete, artist, creator, you have to have this irrational confidence, bro.
I think you're right. I at some point I'm like I feel there should be some self-awareness and some humbleness.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that's what I don't think that's what does it.
I mean,
and as well, you got to indulge in yourself too. Like you got to think of someone thinking like you're on the biggest thing out right now. Like the world revolves around me. Like you have to really indulge in that way of thinking about yourself to succeed in some way. So I think you're right. Like you have to be somewhat rational to kind of think the world revolves around you.
Exactly, because that could separate you from a man that has low confidence and have the same exact talent. Like, how many niggas we probably seen at LA Fitness that are super talented, but maybe they just lack that confidence, bro. Like, you need that little bit of edge to say, yo, nobody's fucking with me right now, bro. So I respect Dirk for saying that he feels like he's bigger than Drake. Maybe in the moment, a lot of things are going on for him right now, but he's not bigger than Drake, so
yeah. I understand him saying he feels like that because you know you go to certain hood, you're around certain people treating you a certain way.
Yeah,
you could really
you're king.
And that's the thing I realized about a lot of these artists is like I even see artists in Toronto who like in certain rooms the love they get is like, you know, whoever just came down from the stars, and it's like I know some people don't even know this artist exists, but in this room here, they feel like the Drake of this room, quote unquote. So
bro. I said it on previous episodes, like when you walk into like a party late and everybody knows you become the center of attention for about fucking 5 to 10 minutes, yo. Imagine having that feeling every single day.
Everywhere you go.
While you're at your peak, right? So I fuck with it.
Nah, 100%. Which are the albums that came out do you think is gonna sell the most, and are you bumping? So first sell the most, we got Rex Orange County, Lil Durk, Lucky Day, and Benny the Butcher.
I feel like because of the marketing, and I'm assuming Durk has features on there. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm gonna go with Durk, and then probably second Benny.
Yeah, I think Durk as well. I think that's like that. It would be crazy for her not to be.
Yeah,
him,
Durk does mainstream numbers now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him for sure.
I think Durk for sure. Between Benny and Lucky Day, I think whoever sells the most out of them two is going to be interesting because Lucky Day, Benny's recently signed to the label, but Lucky Day has had the label push for like 3-4 years now. You know, and this is quote unquote the debut album, which is like we've been knowing Lucky Day for how long? But
yeah.
You know. Benny, this is still pitched as a mixtape. The label's not behind this one. This is a Benny.
I'm gonna go with whatever you think because I listen to R&B, but I'm not in like R&B. I'm not in like the day-to-day R&B realm.
The R&B algorithm.
Yeah, I'm not in that. I'm in the rap algorithm. You know what I'm saying? So I get rappers and all that type of shit into my IG feed and my daily life. I need you to kind of get me into that world. So I don't know Lucky Day's like core following. I don't know how big it is.
Lucky Day, I'd say, is one of the bigger male R&B artists coming up, like him, Giveon, Brent. Like he's in that class. But I'm not a Lucky Day fan like that, so I'm probably gonna underrate him for that reason. This Benny project, bro. Like this, I've been waiting for this, man. Yeah, like, I've been waiting for this for a long. It's
Tana Talk 4 out now.
Tana Talk 3 is where I became a Benny fan. That was like the first for me. Like a couple songs on that I liked, but I wasn't all the way tapped in. And then Plugs I Met, I was like, all right, we're tapped in.
Yeah.
But this project, bro, I like one of the best albums of the year. I could say that. Like
it's up there, man. Like I fuck with like the Griselda sound. I feel like, especially at our age, it's reminiscent of what we were listening to from like the New York sound, like early 2000s and shit like that. Like, you know, like J.R. Ryder, Hell Rel, like Cameron, like those type of niggas, you know what I mean? Even throw like a Joe Budden, like them type of mans in there. I get that vibe, like that grimy beats, that boom bap style. So that's why I really fuck with like listening to Benny and Conway and especially Westside too. But this album right here, shit, man, this is arguably Benny's best project lyrically, I would say.
Up there for sure. And he killed that freestyle. I feel like
that
right
leakers.
Yeah, I feel like right now Benny's definitely rapping some of his best raps, and he's, you know, what he's doing differently. He's being more clear in his message. You know, like he's definitely being like, yo, I'm making
concise.
I'm making sure I'm saying it like efficiently what I'm trying to say. Almost kind of like a Pusha T in a sense. He's making sure like, yo, I'm saying it clearly, y'all getting what I'm putting down. Yeah.
And sonically it's coming out so well, you know? Like I always try to compare, it's so wrong to do it because they're from the same camp, but I always compare him to Conway because they're both lyrical titans in the game. But sonically, Benny, his music just hits me a little bit more. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm with Benny sonically as well. Even though the beats are similar, you know what it's more like? I feel like Conway's is more sinister sound, like
exactly
that type of vibe, and Benny is more like the butcher coming nigga. Like it really is like it's like I call it like marching music. Like I'm saying, like you're gonna run down on someone listening to Benny.
Yeah, and I feel like if one of them were to cross over a little more to mainstream, you saw how Benny made that tape with Hit Boy.
Yeah,
you feel me? I feel like if Benny could make a tape with Mike Will Made It, and those type of more that what's his name, DJ Mustard, like those type of dudes. I feel like Benny has that ability to kind of be more of a well-rounded artist. Like you saw that he has a track with Drake. Yeah. I can picture that track.
Yeah.
But if Conway said he had a track with Drake, I couldn't picture it. I would just feel like Drake's coming on a grimy beat that he can't handle. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's not really his steez.
But when it comes to like punchlines and metaphors, I have Conway, bro. Conway is on a different level. He's the machine for a reason.
I feel like I heard this interview where Benny said that he used to rap on like regular beats before he started rapping on this like grimy shit. Yeah. And he was like, yo, I was rapping on like the 808s like everyone else was rapping on. And then someone, I already said who, but someone was like, yo, you should rap on this type of shit instead. And he said that was like what changed his career because people could tell that he could rap better on this type of music. But on the other beats, you can't tell how good he's rapping. And so I feel like if he has that in his bag, still from when he used to rap on those, that's going to take him to the next level whenever it comes time to hop on a, you know, song with the baby or a Lil Baby or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He because he has experience in that more. Yeah. Conway, I feel like was always, you know, grime or die. You know, so.
No, I agree. I feel like the versatility in beat selection and his cadence kind of allows him to go on different types of beats by different types of producers. I found it funny. He had a track on Tana Talk 4 called Ali versus Tyson.
Yeah,
Tyson versus Ali. And it was pretty much laughing at mans that, or addressing mans that like us that are kind of comparing them to. And talking about like the fact that we always try to compare two niggas from the same camp. We see this all the time. Niggas have a boy band. Yeah. We always try to pull one person out. We try to pull somebody out of TLC, Destiny's Child, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. We do this all the time.
Why we like this?
It's just how the media culture is, especially with music, bro.
Why we like this?
So that song kind of talked about the fact that they both support each other and they're both brothers, especially coming on the come up is very tough to do. When the money comes in, I might leave your ass.
I'd probably deserve it.
I'm joking. I'm not Joe Budden. I'm not Joe Budden.
That's a Joe Budden.
We got a 50-50 deal here. Oh shit.
Yeah. We're not gonna Joe it up 100%.
Yeah, we're not gonna Joe it up. We got a 50-50 deal here. I'm gonna edit that whole thing out. I dropped my phone.
Yo, I was asking you off of Mike if you watch Love Is Blind.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that that's like where we're at right now. That's like something that everyone's seen. Like even me asking you, I started laughing in my head. I was like,
yeah,
this is where we're at right now.
I don't know if you've ever been in this position, listeners. I know some of you guys have been in this position, but your other person is watching a show, and you don't want to commit to it, but you walk by the TV, and you don't want them to know that you're interested. So that's exactly what happened to me. So I'm walking by the TV, and I'm like, yo, what's going on here? But I don't want her to know that I'm interested. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching it around the corner. And then I come from around the corner to closer to the couch.
Yo,
I come from closer to the couch to sitting on the couch. And then by the time the episode's done, we're cuddling.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what happened with Love Is Blind for me. So
that's funny. That's funny. Mine like that was Love Island for sure.
Love Island can get you like that too.
Yeah.
So what'd you think of season 2 of Love Is Blind?
Man.
Spoilers for anybody that hasn't watched it.
Spoiler alert. I feel like, first of all, these are the bravest people the world has ever seen. I know that we give credit to astronauts and firefighters and paramedics, but these are the bravest people like the world has ever seen. Type of show? For sure. The way these people are rushing,
damn,
finding a way to propose.
That man went crazy just now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Sorry, go do what you're doing.
No, he did. I couldn't look away from the door.
I was like, yo, somebody coming in here.
I'm like, yo, what you want,
the
fam?
theme song to my death.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
No, the bravest people on the planet, because these people are rushing to like propose and like find someone, like someone they don't know, let alone like know what they look like. Like I think about it with Jared and Ileana or Ayana when he clearly was trying to rock with Mallory,
which is a fucking flop, bro. Ayana is like, she's like
top tier, yeah.
You know. One reason I like this show as opposed to other reality shows is I always try to put myself in this scenario, and I feel like if I was on Love Island, for example, it's a whole bunch of mid-20s, mid to late 20-year-olds, early 20s. It feels superficial to me. None of these couples really last. But then if you put on the same type of premise in terms of removing a factor of physical factor of a relationship, but adding not only that, but adding people that are in a more advanced age than the regular reality show. Like you got people that are like 27 to like 38.
Yeah.
So it's a little more genuine to me. These aren't people that are bred to want to.
They're not trying to be famous.
Exactly. Yeah. They don't want to be social media famous like that. They're genuinely, for the most part, you're going to find out 1-2 crack.
Like the man Shake.
Exactly. Yo, shout out to Shake, man. That man's raw. I watched the reunion. That's one of the rawest dudes I've ever seen. You know, the man went to the host and said,
we all have our physical preferences. Listen, every woman here is beautiful. I think you're all beautiful. I'm not attracted to all of you. Unfortunately, the only one I'm attracted to is Vanessa. And I wish I wasn't. The point is, it's not a choice.
And I've done nothing but berate you this entire time. That's a messed up relationship.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to.
I'm not attracted to any of these women. I'm attracted to your wife.
Why did he do that? Yo, Shake's a demon.
He's different.
You know, I told my girl after we watched the whole thing, I said, listen, I know that you're going to take away from this is that Shake is a demon, which he is. But there are way more Shakes out there than you realize.
Oh, 100%. You know that will hide it better than him.
And I'm like, there's some Shakes out there acting like Sal's, you know? So I just want to let you know.
There is a lot of Shakes acting like Sal's.
Yeah, but two things. Shake, when Shake was getting hugged by Deep T when they were in the honeymoon, and he was trying to move like he wasn't rocking with her, and it was kind of cringy.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. I'm like, I can't believe that he would get a girl more fly than Deep T in real life, you know? And he's moving like he's messing with the baddest ever, and Deep T's not good enough for him.
The same shit I was saying with the irrational competence. He's very successful. I think he's a vet. He's a very successful veterinarian. Drives a Tesla, has a nice condo and everything like that. So now he has this in his head that I'm a top level man. But you look at this dude, he has a dad body. He's graying out in his hair. He's not like some super attractive dude. And he's treating this girl like shit.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Mallory's toxic.
Yeah.
Danielle is toxic.
Shayna's
toxic. Jared, I thought was well behaved because you could tell that Yana definitely cussed the hell out of him when it came time to talk about Mallory, and he was like, "What I did was wrong. I apologize. I respected my woman." And I was like, "Yeah, I know how that went."
Yeah, I know how the nigga apologies go.
I have a question for you before we get to the next topic.
Yes.
I asked my girl, who in the show reminds her of me, or do any of these guys remind her of me? She said Jared, because I'm a simp. And I said, and I said that's actually the complete wrong answer.
Yeah. Who do you feel like?
No, that's the right answer. I just didn't like that.
Oh, okay.
I like when she said it. That's all right. That's right answer. I'm like Jared. I would say Jared and Sal, because Sal seemed like he has some sense.
Yeah.
Even though he
Sal's the one that was singing on the ukulele.
Yeah, but I told her I'm like Sal's kind of soft though. Like we're not drafting him on our team. Like we'll run fours before we pick up Sal.
For sure.
You know, but he seemed like he has some sense though, and he's not going off in the head. Who would you say that you think reminds them of you?
If I was a cokehead, it would probably be Shane. Because I definitely think that dude's on cocaine.
Yo, my friend was like, "Nah, I think he's just wired like that." I'm like, "Nah, he's on drugs."
If he's not on drugs and he's like on the spectrum, like he has autism or something like that, then I will take away everything I just said.
If he's not on drugs, he's supposed to be on drugs.
I do think, he's supposed to be on prescription drugs. I do think he's a little bit on the drugs.
You see, when you see the
kids are on.
scene, when you see the scenes of him when nothing's happening and the camera's just on him and he's just like doing all kind of weird shit.
Yeah. I'm gonna splice this in the episode for sure. This man is wild. For anybody that hasn't seen Love Is Blind, but I'll probably say Kyle, maybe.
Okay.
I think I resonate with Kyle a little bit.
Kyle's calm.
Yeah, Kyle's calm. You know, we're both ugly dudes. Like, we both dealt with rejection. So yeah,
Kyle's the one that was with Shayna, no?
Yeah, he's the one with Shayna. He put his best foot forward.
Some people told me that Kyle's not bad. So that means you're okay.
All right, cool. Sounds good. So I'm Kyle. You won't find me with a ukulele singing to a woman. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I felt so bad. I'm like, Mallory's trying to rock with this, but there's no way Mallory would rock with him in real life.
Yeah.
Like,
so that's what I'm saying. Some people put on a face for reality TV.
Yeah, I think we got to get to a more serious note.
Yeah, what's up?
This video that I saw that I didn't think it was this serious when I first saw it, but obviously it blew up was Ryan. I must say Ryan like I know this nigga. Ryan Coogler.
Mr. Coogler, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Coogler, getting arrested, basically trying to withdraw money from the bank.
Yeah. He got detained. I think it was in California. It was either California or Atlanta, I can't remember, but he got detained for a bank teller was nervous at his request to withdraw $12,000. So essentially what happened, for anybody that doesn't know, is Ryan Coogler, he wanted to be discreet about his withdrawal. He wanted to withdraw a large sum of money, about $12,000. So he passed the teller a note and he said, please, when you deal with the money order, when you go to the money counter, can you do it discreetly, preferably in another room, and take out my money? So the bank teller said, okay, cool, can you put your debit card in?
Okay.
Man puts his debit card in, PIN works. She says, can I get your ID? Man gets the ID. She told the police,
when I ask him questions, he just point at the note, look at the note.
He might just want to be discreet, but I have police around.
Yeah, I mean, he might. It just seemed weird.
That she was so scared about the note and his lack of communication that she didn't even read the name on his ID. How sloppy is that? Police come, detain Ryan Coogler because he was paying cash for his nanny. Detain the nanny, and I think another friend or family member as well. How sloppy is that, bro?
That's disrespectful. Like, the note thing, for sure, a little weird. Whatever. But if this person has the money in their account,
bro, I don't know anybody that comes to rob a bank with their own debit card.
Money in the account.
I don't know anybody that comes to rob a bank and hands you ID.
ID with the money in the account. Like, if I did that and my account is 85 cents and I go, when you do the withdrawal, be discreet, she'll go look at me like what? That's understandable. If this dude has the money in the account, he show you his ID, bro. No one robs a bank with their ID. That like.
And the part that gets me too is like, she's black. You'd hear this story and just assume it was like a Karen. You know what I mean? Denying Airbnbs and denying fucking money. You know what I'm saying? But It was a black woman. She saw the man. She decided that, you know what, I'm so scared that I'm not gonna give this guy what is actually his, and call the police on him. So the police come with their gun out, saying, yeah, sir, can you come with us? How scared would you be if you're trying to withdraw your own money at TD Bank and there's police officers behind you and put you in cuffs? He had to ask the officers to take him out of cuffs.
Crazy. That shouldn't be the case. You know what it is though? She really was just had a preconceived notion of like
100%.
You know, because that like for you to be for you to be that scared.
Yeah.
You know, at least just like call a manager over and be like,
what do I do here?
You know,
the manager should get fired too. In my humble opinion, the manager should get fired. I feel like the staff have to do a mandatory training, and that girl needs to work at McDonald's or some shit like that.
People watch too many movies, man. That's what
I'm saying the same shit,
bro.
I feel like this girl's watching too much true crime docs. Like, she thought she was gonna be a part of a bank heist, bro. And the same shit that I said last episode when it came to how people dress and having a preconceived notion about that person. It doesn't go for other minorities to your minority. It can be your own people, bro, at the end of the day. Your own people will see you, because I saw Ryan Coogler. I'll splice this clip in. The man was wearing a sweater. His beard was out. His toque was like messed up, whatever. And he's wearing a mask and shades on top of it. He was doing that because he obviously didn't want to be seen.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, she looked at this man like, yo, this guy looks like a grungy guy. You know what I mean? Like, this, it's fucked up, bro.
Yeah, I really can't rock with it. It's when it's your own people, it really hurts.
That's when it hurts the most.
Yeah,
sure.
It really hurts.
He stole the debit card, found the PIN and the ID, and he just happens to look like him. That's exactly.
She's
what
watching movies, fam.
That's
She's
exactly what
movies. Yo, what?
That's exactly what happened. I hope the mic caught that, yo.
Yo, like,
that's funny, bro.
The only way you think that is if you're watching movies. That's what I'm rolling with.
True crime docs, man. I'm telling you, bro. It's the death of our people.
It's like back in. This is not our topic. We'll get to Batman in a sec. But when I was younger, and they used to say shit about like, oh, hide your PIN, whatever. And I'm like, first of all, imagine I steal my PIN out of my wallet. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll put hands on a man, first of all.
Foolishness, bro.
Then imagine I steal my wallet and know my PIN. Imagine to call me, straight me up. Yo, what's your PIN, bro? No one's doing that.
Yo, I've seen videos where a man would he would rob a man, take him to the ATM, and stand there while he takes the PIN out. Like, yo.
You're watching movies, bro. I'm telling you.
I'll be like, yo, I'm too scared, man. I can't remember.
Like, I'm like, come on.
All right.
But yeah, I did finally get my life together and see Batman. Oh, you guys are gonna be talking about Batman. Yeah, it was actually my shorty's idea. I was gonna see it on my ones, and then I fell asleep.
Oh, you guys went together?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 3-hour movie, bro.
Listen, we saw the late movie, so you already know how that went. And I thought it was gonna be like, it was good. Let me say this, it was good. It was good, but I saw a lot of stuff online, people being like, it's better than Dark Knight. It's the best Batman ever. Yeah. I think we got to slowly roll that one. Are you with me on that?
I think it's a definitive Batman movie. I think there's some parts of it that's better than Dark Knight. Okay. Like the Gotham City is really good. I think it did the side characters really well. Yes. Obviously, Christian Bale's an iconic Batman. Robert Pattinson is doing his thing in the role. And to be fair, we had 3 movies of Christian Bale. We only have one of Robert Pattinson right now.
But he's doing his thing so far.
I was a little hype on social media. I posted that was a 9.5 out of 10. Because Dark Knight's a 10 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10 to me.
Here's my difference with this one. I feel like this is the best DC movie in a while, one. So I think that's also part of it. Like, DC ain't had a movie this good in a minute. And as well, they took the more like Dark Knight like path in the storyline, you know. There was that, but I thought there was like, again, too many holes. It didn't have the same highs. There's times in the Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises where you're like, yo, it's about to go down. Like, he better get it together. You know what this movie was? Batman was a detective.
But he's a detective. He's the world's greatest detective.
Back in the day, Batman was moving like a superhero. This movie,
I hear you.
Something would happen, and then he would show up and be like, "Ooh, blood spatter."
It's a different approach to Batman right now, because we're so used to like Batman's fighting with the Justice League.
Yeah.
These big bad villains and all that shit. But this movie was more like low level, grounded. It was an origin story for like, what's his name? Riddler, Catwoman, Penguin. It was an origin story for them. So Batman's not Batman yet.
You know what it would be like? Think about if Hawkeye had his own movie, but instead he just wasn't doing nothing, and he would show up with his arrows, but his talk. That's Batman was doing mad talking.
This guy's a hater, bro.
No, Batman.
You're a hater.
I'm a favorite superhero. Don't get it twisted. I'm a favorite superhero. So let me say that before. But I want to see Batman, like, you know what I'm saying, bust some skulls open. Like, I'm trying to see him get busy.
He was fucking some dudes up in that movie, bro.
But it was a detective that I wasn't rocking with, bro. I'm like, the nigga's looking for you. You know he knows who you are. It's pretty obvious.
So you don't like the detective aspect of Batman?
No.
That's fair.
Just don't that be the majority. You know what I'm saying? If I'm looking,
but we haven't gotten a detective Batman movie yet.
But I don't need a whole movie of it. I'm cool with Batman solving crimes for like 30 minutes.
I hear you.
And I get back to the
skulls right after.
You don't gotta bust skulls all the time, but this whole thing of like you come at the end of when things happen and you didn't say like the man's looking for the other shorty. The Riddler's killing someone in broad daylight, and I'm like, fam, you're also looking at the wrong things. Like,
You know
what?
It's trials and tribulations. He's gonna get better. I feel like when they drop a sequel, I think it's supposed to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
So I feel like even his size, like he's a scrawny Batman. You know what I mean? Like,
facts.
He's gonna develop every single movie. His skills are like he was losing a lot of fights, and he got better as the movie came along. Even when he glided and off that building or whatever. He fucked up. So I feel like he will continuously get better.
This is, you know what? And then, this is Batman Begins. So if I'm comparing it to Batman Begins.
Well, this is way better than Batman Begins. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's better than Batman Begins. So in that sense, for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So
all right. So we finally have a differentiating opinion on something. I like it.
Yeah. No, it was good. I definitely fell asleep a couple of times. But, Nah,
man, I'm done talking to you about this shit, bro. You are certified in the hate. All right, bro. Well, what's next, man? What's next for the people?
Oh, man. So I told you before we started that I had this specific game for work, talking about the Philly and Brooklyn game.
Yes.
And I've been telling all my boys for weeks.
Yeah.
I know James Harden's the MVP talent. I know Joel Embiid's the MVP talent. But I've been a James Harden fan for several years now, and he doesn't want the smoke. When there's smoke around, he's pulling the fire alarm. He's getting out of there. He's not running the building like he doesn't want the smoke.
I mean, he's proving it time and time again. Like, when it comes to like big time pressure, he hasn't been ready and available. He's still a top level player.
But
I just fear that like if there's an injury with Joel Embiid, like he might be disengaged a little bit.
100%.
Or the big games, like the playoff games, like. After you pass the second round, that's when things get really real. You know what I'm saying? You're almost at that pinnacle, and he never shows up when it's time.
And they could get Brooklyn in the first round if they get the second seed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like it could be get to the business earlier, right away.
And then you're adding in Ben Simmons, which I feel like he fits perfectly with that Brooklyn team. So I'm very interested to see how this all plays out. I geared up to watch the episode. I geared up to watch the game. I was ready to go, and I was excited for the first half, and then it just turned into a blowout. How much they end up winning by 30 something?
Yeah,
they're up 30 at one point.
I think it was 25, 27, something like that.
Yeah. So like I knew a man like Seth Curry was gonna go to work. Like he's very consistent. KD, you know what he's gonna bring. KD's been there. He's got that chip. Kyrie's been there. He has that chip. Clutch play after clutch play. I don't see it right now for Philly in the long run. There's only one champion on that starting lineup, I think.
Who, Danny Green?
Yeah, and he's washed.
He's washed. I always said I can't believe in Philly for that reason because I'm like, if you're thinking you're getting regular season James Harden in the playoffs, you got to stop thinking that. That's first and foremost. And there's players who he's technically better than, but in the playoffs, the playing field is even, and they want the smoke. He's faced a lot of those guys in the playoffs in the East. There's every team, Kyle Lowry, Trae Young, Drew Holiday, Kyrie. Like, all these guys don't care about James Harden. you know what I'm saying?
It's facts.
So if he's going to pull up not wanting to smoke against these guys in the playoffs, it's going to be a tough, And a lot of people are saying he's a second guy, so he won't have to. Nah. As a guard, you still got to go toe-to-toe with who you're playing. at the guard spot, no matter who else you got on your team.
And there's tough competition all the way around, bro.
Yeah, so yeah, I think he has a tough
so
with that one.
I'll ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about James Harden,
Mm-hmm.
how he can be in and out when it comes to big games. He relies on Joel Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing top-level basketball right now. Do you feel like Joel Embiid's the MVP, or do you have somebody else in mind?
No, I'm Nikola Jokic. I'm Nikola Jokic squad.
I'm a Jokic guy, bro.
Yeah, I'm Nikola Jokic still.
Did you see the move that I sent you?
Which one? Oh, the pass?
No, there wasn't a pass. He did like a up and under double spin on the dude. I gotta send that to you.
7 to shoot. Jokic on the run behind the back. Here he goes. 2 to shoot. Hook shot is good. Wow. And
Oh my
I'll
god.
put it in the pod too. But yeah, Jokic is that guy.
He's
and he's
nasty.
sneaky with this, bro. He dropped 50 and nobody talks about it.
Bro.
He's without the other two leading scorers on the team, and I think Denver's still in playoff contention.
Bro, Denver has the same record as Philly, and I'm telling you right now, look at Denver and put like anyone else on that team with the Denver Mans. The Denver is, bro. Austin Rivers is getting mad minutes on that team. You know what I'm saying? Like, like that Denver team is not no. You know, it's facts. So I always gotta go with Jokic. And to me, Jokic is the only big man I've seen in the past, I don't know, 20 years. That in the playoffs he could handle.
Yeah,
it when
he
it comes
still
time.
dominates in the playoffs.
And he can handle it when it comes.
I think
time.
if Denver was like fully healthy, especially with Carter. What's his name again? Not Carter. Porter.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Michael Carter Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when it comes with Porter and Murray, if they get inserted into the lineup, man, it's looking scary out there for Denver. For sure.
Jokic is definitely my MVP, and I feel like. I don't feel like the NBA wants him to win back to back. I don't think NBA is ready for that.
Yeah. The storyline is switching to Embiid right now.
You know, that's a big thing for him to win back to back. But I think he's good enough for sure.
What I'll say is I'm happy though if Embiid gets MVP because it's back to back big man, which is pretty dope. So
yeah, facts. MVP and Embiid was my pick last year, so I'll be happy if he gets it. This is becoming one of my favorite segments on the show.
Yeah.
And it's the non-rap suggestions of the week.
Ooh, we're coming to a close
on
the pod. We're coming to a close on the pod.
And we both went with women of color.
As we typically should.
And we both went with some smooth records.
Yes.
I want you to go to first because your record is actually one of my favorites of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And this person opened up for Lizzo. And I told my friend, listen, Lizzo is great. She's large and in charge, but I'm really there for Ari Lennox. And I missed it.
I had to pick Ari. I know she's your celebrity crush. I know when this podcast gets to a certain point and we start making the dollars, you will definitely be DMing her. Maybe even before that.
Listen. My braid isn't this tight for no reason, okay? Ari Lennox.
So I picked one of her biggest songs. I listened to it originally. I think it was off the Creed 2 soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
Shea Butter Baby. Always gets me in the right vibe. You feel me? Always gets me in my feelings. And those are the only songs that I'm picking for non-rap suggestion of the week. The songs that get me in my feelings. Shea Butter Baby. Go listen to that again.
Okay, I think this pod has come full circle. No, there was a mention earlier of me being a simp. We're ending it off with Shea Butter Baby. I feel like, you know, Valentine's Day is continuing.
It's only right.
All around. This song is one of my favorites from this project. I talked about it on our best products of the year. I said was one of my favorite products of the year last year. This project is basically a no skips. This song is for everybody. For first of all, if you're just trying to catch a real vibe, but it's for definitely people who are the meditators, people who like some calm music, something serene, something that has a little crescendo to it. That's "Build Me Up" by Cleo Soul. Anyone listen to this pod, if listen, we're episode 10. If you got this far and you have not listened to Cleo Soul yet, I think you got to do that before you do anything else. So Cleo Soul, "Build Me Up," that's my suggestion of the week.
I appreciate that. I respect that. I'm going to listen to that again. You know what I mean? It's on my R&B playlist, but I fuck with your selections. One thing I got to tell you guys, this is episode 10. We appreciate you guys. Keep commenting, keep liking, keep subscribing. Tell your friends to subscribe because we're not going to stop.
Tell your enemies.
Can't stop, won't stop. You heard Diddy say it. Now you're hearing me say it too.
Take that.
Episode 10, we're pretty much done. Any last words for the people?
Give us a rating, 5 stars. That's how you see us up the rankings. You want to see us on those rankings, on those podcast rankings?
Yes, sir.
Leave us a rating, 5 stars, not a single star less. Keep the 4 stars to yourself. Only the 5 stars over here. And then, like always, know yourself, know your worth.
Thanks for listening to this episode. Please subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, and anywhere else you can play podcasts.